and welcome the newly installed president of the Springfield branch of the NAACP in the person of the Reverend Talbert Swan. Just a second.
Thank you. Please be seated. It's my unique and specific privilege this evening to say to all of you, thank you for your presence, for your prayers, and for your promise to remain true to the cause of freedom, justice, and equality for all people. I particularly want to give thanks to those NAACP Executive Committee and general members who work hard every day to make certain that we're on top of the issues of concern to our community. I'll not be able to do what I need to do as president without their support and without their leadership. I want to acknowledge in her absence Ms. Candace Lopes, first vice president of the branch, and solicit your prayers for her health. To Ms. Ida Flynn, second vice president, Ms. Justine Williams, third vice president, Ms. Ann Leavenworth, secretary Patty Woods, assistant secretary, and to Ms. Sophie Jeffrey, our treasurer. To other officers of the branch and to the executive committee members, thank you for your commitment to the organization and to the community. To all of the past presidents, both those who are present and those who are not present, I want to thank them for their years of service and for setting the foundation upon which to build. To Juan Cofield, president of the New England Area Conference, thank you for your support and thank you for your leadership. To the elected leaders that are present today, Jose Tosado, member of the Springfield City Council, president of the council, Councilor Cateri Walsh, State Representative Ben Swan, thank you for your presence here today, which demonstrates your commitment to work with us to make Springfield a better city to live, work, and play. To all of those who participated in today's program, Archbishop Timothy Paul, to the Reverend Dr. Calvin McFadden, the Reverend Clarence Finch, to Ms. Vanessa Ford, who I'm going to negotiate with to stay here at Spring of Hope as soon as this service is over. To Commissioner Williamson and Commissioner Julian Times, thank you for your leadership and for your friendship. To the staff and the members of the Spring of Hope Church, Pastor Talbert Swan I, and to all of the members of the Spring of Hope Church, thank you for your continued support and commitment to the vision of your pastor. To my parents, my father who is not here, but my mom who is here, Ms. Dolores Swan, thank you for instilling in each of your children the importance of service and giving us the tools to become who we are today. And to my siblings, my two brothers are here and are going to be serving with me, my brother Patrice and my brother Jonathan. Thank you for your unyielding support. And I guess we're all even this week because the Jets and the Steelers won. To my uncles, I already acknowledged them, but to State Rep Ben Swan and to Pastor Talbert Swan I, I'm proud to follow in both of your footsteps and serve as the third Swan as president of the Springfield branch of the NAACP. I want to also thank the members of the Black Leadership Alliance. Ms. Sherilyn Hatchett is here today, and we're going to hear from her before the service is over, representing the Black Leadership Alliance. I want to thank them for their commitment and vision of revitalizing the local branch. So to Sherilyn and Dora Robinson and Ray Jordan and all of those that serve on that, I want to thank them for their commitment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me state to you on the outset that unlike Juan Cofield, I am a preacher. And there is a saying that we have Mike will preach. I'm going to try to refrain from doing that, but can I just say a few words to you today? My brothers and sisters, we are now in a new era. And this new era brings about a new opportunity to make a difference in the quality and the quantity of our lives as African Americans and other members of communities of color who still have not acquired all of America's promise. Therefore, the fight for civil rights and economic access and implementation is still very necessary. We've won a great deal on the political frontier. Our nation has its first African American president. Our Commonwealth has its first African American governor. Yet, despite those gains, new movements have emerged across the nation in response to the face of government now reflecting that of those long held back by the political process. We have much work to do in spite of those political gains. Now, let me make it very clear. I'm undaunted and non-hesitant and unimpressed and certainly not taking a back step because of any of the recent reports concerning the relevance of the NAACP. I'm unmoved by talk of what the NAACP has or has not done over recent years. I've been privileged to learn something in a few short years that I've lived, that if folks are talking about you, you must be doing something. You see, it's when they stop talking that you must begin to worry. You see, I know they talked about Jesus, and he was the Prince of Peace. They talked about Martin, and he was a drum major for justice. They talked about Malcolm, and he had a message to the grassroots. They talked about Roses, and she sat down for us to stand up. They talked about Fannie Lou Hamer, and she was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. They talked about President Obama, and all he's done is to help save America. So if they talk about us while we advocate for social justice, economic access, and new opportunity for all, then brothers and sisters, we're in real good company. Therefore, we will keep speaking and moving towards the ultimate objective of political empowerment, educational attainment, health equity, and economic fulfillment. There was a question that was recently asked: who speaks for Black America? That question has been asked by media across the nation, and recently they even published a poll surveying African Americans, examining the NAACP, the Urban League, and other civil rights organizations. They said many of these organizations have been hindered by aging leadership, outdated goals, and are out of touch with people of today. Many have preached the eulogy of the NAACP and are figuring what epitaph to put on its gravestone. But beloved, let us remember that many suggested that the NAACP would die following the resignation of former executive director Dr. Benjamin Hooks. It did not die. Some said it would die after the passing of Langston Hughes. It did not die. Some declared its death after Roy Wilkins passed on. It did not die, and it still stands today. But now in 2011, we're still being questioned about our relevance and about our necessity. So let me answer by saying emphatically, yes, the NAACP is still relevant, and yes, the NAACP is still necessary. Even in this so-called post-racial age, is still necessary. You don't believe me? Just come by with me next Saturday on the 24th as we dedicate the Macedonia Church, the new church, the only place in America where a black church was burned to the ground in the wake of Barack Obama being elected. The first African-American president was right here in the city of Springfield, Massachusetts. Yes, we have a black president. Yes, we've made some enormous gains on the political frontier, but there are other frontiers for us to conquer. That's right. Other frontiers for us to conquer are the health, educational, and economic frontiers. We cannot rest while the unemployment rate in communities of color doubles that